What's up, everybody? Those are just some sheep knives I just wanted to get a quick review on. Those two are new to the collection, and I usually carry a full-sized or mid-sized folding knife clipped to my pocket, mostly for EDC use, maybe for self-defense use if needed. A large folding knife on the on my side in a belt sheath, and most of the time a folding I'm sorry, not a folding knife, a neck knife. And if my my folder clipped to my pocket is not capable enough for that, I use a neck knife for emergency counterattack. So just to get that out of the way, I also carry a sheep knife. Well, most of the time this is a dedicated Swiss Army knife like this, but those are just single-bladed, full stainless steel constructed knives. This one doesn't have any tools besides the blade. And yeah, I'm just gonna start talking now. This one is a Spyderco Grasshopper. This one has been in the collection for around 4 years, I want to say. Had that a long time. It was actually the first Spyderco I got, first really name brand knife I got. And it's a 3-finger knife. All those are slip joints, by the way, if you don't know already. Back spring is not super strong on that, but it's fine. It's for EDC use strictly. Used it for food prep a lot. That was in my scrubs for a long time. Replaced it with this Victorinox A-Lox Cadet. No, not Cadet, Solo. A-Lox Solo. This one is a full-sized knife, I want to say. Quite thick, really strong back spring. Really strong. I use that for food prep, only for food prep. It's in my bag EDC, and it's just, I don't know the price from that of that knife and that knife because I just had them so long. I just can tell you that the Spyderco Kiwi was the most expensive out of the bunch. Second, third, fourth, fifth expensive, I really like the Spyderco Kiwi, and this one could even be used in a self-defense situation if needed. Only if needed, of course, simply because of the design. Even though it is a slip joint, the blade can basically never fold on you simply because of the design. I just like how this forward thrusted, position is in your hand, how it positions in your hand, the way the cutouts are made. Just a very nice knife. This one has a thicker grind, though not super intended for food prep, but it's a knife, man. You can use basically anything to cut. This one has also a little bit of a thicker grind. This one quite thin. So this I bought from a seller called Run on Rock. One word, eBay seller. He offers this knife for, I think, $10.10. That is, I think, let me check. One click, €7.48. This one is a full-sized knife. They make this exact design. This is Sanrenmu, of course. You read the description. In 5 sizes, I think, and the smallest is an open position about as large as the cutting edge of this one. Basically the same size of the Spyderco Bug, if you know this knife, if you know what I mean. This is a full-sized knife. I have large hands. It kind of looks like a scalpel, like a very thick scalpel. Shiny, polished stainless steel. The construction of both those knives is really outstanding. The back spring is really strong, not super strong, but this one, quick story, I was supposed to get for myself, This one was a gift, because last time I think a package got lost in the mail, and the seller was really sorry, and he said, hey, when you come back and buy another knife, I will send you a gift. So I bought this knife to be just for me, and those two are the two largest out of the bunch, so the other 3 models are even smaller. I bought this one for me, and this one I asked him if I could get this one as a gift, you know, because this one costs only $8.70, and it wasn't even the cheapest knife in his selection, but he said, yeah, okay, I will send you that, because I didn't, you know, want to get any crap knife as a gift. So I just asked him, you know, nicely. I'm a recurring customer, I bought many knives from him, and he said, yeah, sure, okay. So this is a smaller one. This is the 169, A169. This one is the A148. So I bought this one for me again. And this one was supposed to go to my grandmother. Now, to get back to the back spring, both back springs are quite strong, but this one is just a little bit looser, I want to just say this one is even a little bit tighter and stronger. So, you know, old people, young people, they're not really safe with knives unless you teach them properly. So I'm just gonna keep that and maybe reserve that for food prep. I also didn't even have to, you know, strap it or touch it up. It was very, very sharp out of box. HCR13 MOV steel on both those knives. This one I had to touch up just a little bit. May have a nick somewhere, but this paper is a lot stronger than usual printing paper, so not super impressive cutting test. But both those grinds are convex. They have very cute tips, and you can't really see it from the spine, but you just feel it. It's not flat ground, it's convex, which gives the edge a really, really good geometry. This one is just a little bit thinner. You know, blade stock is a little bit thicker on the longer one, of course, on the 169. This one will go to my grandmother now, because, you know, old people, a little weak-wristed and everything, and I just have to teach her how to close it and open it properly, which is exactly like that. I just don't want people to, you know, close slip joints like that with the fingers in the way. I just cringe when I see that. So open it up, keep your fingers out of the way, your fingers, and just push it down, push it in. So very, very nice sizes. The blade length on this one is 2.5 inches. That translates to just under 7 centimeters. Closed length with the lanyard hole, which is, you know, added on the bottom, is 10 centimeters. And that translates to just under 4 inches. And the 148 has a blade length of 2.25 inches, which is 5.8 centimeters, something like that. And it's a really, really strong spring. So in close position with the lanyard hole, it's 8.5 centimeters, which is 3.25 inches. So very, very nice sizes. You saw the comparison in the beginning. Legal everywhere, basically, non-locking. I think even the blade length is for UK guys completely in the ballpark. Correct me if I'm wrong, but just the construction, it's really flush behind there. You know, the spring, really, really flush, which is just outstanding. I just thought those knives were, you know, really lightweight, like the Japanese Higo no Kami knives, just folded metal. But those are really the same construction as the Spyderco knives, to be quite honest. Even a little bit thicker, so even sturdier, stronger back springs, that's for sure. The R Sanrenmu logo on one side, and the other side is just mirror polished stainless steel. I don't think the handle material is HCR13 MOV as well. You know, a lot of companies use it. Kershaw does, Spyderco does. Just a lot of companies. It's quite a good steel for a low-end steel. Resharpens easily. just had to strop that a little bit, and it you know, it's razor sharp now. Yeah, just a little philosophy about, you know, sheep knives, sheeple blades, and for general food prep, I just very much like stainless steel blades. Opinels are really good, but the wood handle just swells up if it gets wet, if you don't dry it properly. These ones are just so low maintenance. You just throw it in the water, you know, you can clean them with hand soap and they will still be smooth and quite a rust resistant steel on all of those. Except for the Victorinox, on all of those it's HCR13 MOV. So just nice blades for food prep, lean grinds, convex ground, very fine acute tips, not so thin, you know, that they would break immediately if you know, cut plastic packaging or something. Just very nice knives, legal, slip joints, look pretty classy, pretty unusual actually, with, you know, blade shape like a Chinese sword a little bit. What I very much like is that there are no nail nicks, just this, you know, indentation, this kind of groove cut out a little bit, and it just gives you the right amount of purchase to overcome that spring. And you can even, you know, throw a lanyard on there. I don't really see a need for that. I don't want to get the lanyard wet because I will use this one for food prep. This one will go to my grandma, you know, just for EDC use for her, because she travels a lot with her friend, and, you know, she does food prep quite a bit and never has a knife. So, you know, they rip apart buns and, you know, just bite off from their sausage and whatever when they eat something. So now they have a knife, they can prepare their food like, you know, like fancy people, like fancy folk. I thank you very much for watching. I rambled a lot, I know. To a friend of mine, subscriber of mine, Metalhead Cigar Guy, I will close this video, only this video. I will never do that again, probably. I will close this video with Go Hawks. Have a good night. Goodbye.